Sajni here, and today I want to really talk about a very, very important topic, which has personally been one of my key booster or key element that has helped me in my journey so far is dopamine detox. Now it has become a kind of like a plague for all of us in this day of social media and instant gratification because we've been wired that way. We've been wired for instant gratification, whether it is through Amazon delivery or through Netflix or through sugar contents or social media, whatever it is. We have been plagued to a large extent with social having instant gratification. So I think a lot of this is okay to a certain extent if we're able to balance it out, but for a large number of us it kind of like becomes a silent killer. Why silent? Because we don't know that it is killing us slowly. We are killing, a lot of our time is valuable time is going away in mindlessly scrolling, right? But if we consciously use social media for something that is of your use, to get some value, to give some value, or to learn something, to do something, that's great, right? But or watching Netflix even for a brief time to just kind of like just rewind your mind, it's fine, like 20 minutes, half an hour. I think that's great. But what I was doing, and which I didn't realize that was happening for me, was that it was becoming like a habit. It was becoming like a binge watching, and going onto social media after every half an hour, reaching my hands, automatically reaching for the phone, or kind of like getting into social media. So that kind of like wrecked my productivity, wrecked my clarity, wrecked my kind of being able to hold the focus and attention. And this is largely was a key part of my undoing the dopamine detox, right? And it helped me to a large extent. So the first key thing that we got to understand is any dopamine, any kind of rush that we want to experience is basically a kind of a need that we have, a kind of a stimulant that we want. It's like having cocaine, right? A rush, a kind of a stimulant. So you're looking for that next notification, or the next validation, or the next like, to or that next something. Maybe it could be sugar, maybe it could be cocaine, maybe it could be that something that is giving us that dopamine rush temporarily. So what happens with these kind of dopamine or instant gratification is the graph goes up, the stimulant is high, and then it comes right crashing down. So then after again another 10 minutes, again we need that dopamine rush, again it crashes down, right? So this graph is never consistent. This graph is never fulfilling. Let's say, for example, watching Netflix over reading a book, right? When you watch your Netflix, the graph goes up, then you want to keep watching, binge watching, unless when you stop, it crashes down, it stopped again. So you don't have any more, or kind of excitement or joy. You don't feel anything. But when you actually sit to read a book, what happens is that your graph slowly starts to elevate, because it takes at least 15 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes even to get to the meat of the book. So it takes a little time for your mind to settle down, because your mind is not, first 5 to 10 minutes it takes for your mind to kind of like settle down on the book itself, right? To still your mind. And that's a great exercise to be able to, still your mind as well. So reading was one very important aspect for me, because I could hardly read one paragraph. If I read one line, I had to read that line over 20 times before I could grasp initially. But then I trained my mind over and over and over again, and then slowly it started to grasp. Then my attention span became faster. Then I was able to read over a longer period of time. Then I was able to read books after books, because then it became part of my lifestyle, right? So similarly, so that's the graph. So the graph goes like this. So the graph is consistent. So for long-term gratification, the graph is consistent. So for anything for that matter, anything that you're trying to make a quick buck, or a quick instant gratification, or a quick thing that you want to get that dopamine, it never lasts for long. That is just a temporary band-aid or a temporary solution. But something like a meditation also, it takes a longer time to hone, but then the internal state of being then starts to calibrate more and more and more and more, it starts your inner state of thermostat becomes stronger over time. Versus instead of meditating, let's say if you were to go partying or go shopping or holiday, till the time you are on that spree, your dopamine is there, but then it comes down as soon as you're back from the holiday again, it's gone, right? So it doesn't stay within for a very long time. So that is one of the key things that I personally experienced, and I wanted to share that with you because this is some key elements which will help us boost our manifestation, boost our lifestyle basically. So what are some of the keys that we can learn to make sure that to train our minds or train ourselves to be able to be a little bit less dopamine detox, or to be, how do we train ourselves to be a little lower on dopamine, or to train ourselves to be on lower stimulant, right? Or any kind of habit that you have. So first is to be able to make that difficult to reach out for that thing that is stimulant for you, very difficult for you to reach out. For example, if you are hooked onto sugar, or hooked onto fast food, or hooked onto something that is not good for your health, for example, you either don't keep it in the house, or even if you go for shopping or something, you make an intention that you're not going to buy or refill that at all. Or if you have a tendency to go and buy or order fast food, you make a habit that it becomes difficult for you. Or even if you have something, you make it difficult for you to reach out. Or if it's a social media that you're hooked onto, you make sure that you delete the apps from the phone, and then whenever you have to check it, you check it from your laptop or something for at least once a day or twice a day, at least 40 minutes a day. Social media is fine. And if it's part of your work that you have to deal with social media, you make it a time bound, like specific time bound access, and not make it like every 10 minutes or half an hour that you have to go and rush and see what's happening, because it's like a very trap that goes on and on. Because if you go for the trap that you watch your media once, then you want to watch it again, you want to go back to it again and again and again. So it's like never ending, the loop never ends, that dopamine rush never ends, the dopamine need or want never ends. It goes on and on and on. So that is the important thing. So keep all of your elements of your distractions completely away or difficult to access, or make it a time bound access. And that has been one of the things that has helped me personally develop the mind, or train my mind to be able to do that. And it's very helpful, right? Second key is replace the habit. For example, if you have been binge watching Netflix, or that's not helping you, then replace that habit with instead reading a book, right? So that is natural, so you do that. Or you, instead of you watching Netflix or watching social media, if you have time in hand, you instead keep your jogging shoes nearby and go for jogging for 10-15 minutes. So whenever you have the urge to reach out to your phone or something, you instead go and journal something. So replace a habit. So basically whatever your instinct is coming at that time to do that, instead of succumbing to that unconsciously, you consciously make the awareness and do something else which is more helpful for you, which is basically you can add, which aligns to your goals. Maybe do something. If you feel like scrolling through social media, create some content that you resonate with, or do something that will help you or your community. So something that is of value, something that will boost your own self-confidence, something that will boost your own self-esteem, so something that will help other people around you. So that is something that was helpful for me as well in my journey. Of course, the third key is train your mind for long-term gratification. So if you see any successful person, whether it's Jeff Bezos, he always has a very, very long-term kind of deal, whether he's talking to his stakeholders, if he's very clear that for that fact of the matter that if you are here for a short term, then we are not the right fit, we're not the right company. So he's very clear on that. So I think that is very key element that we need to be able to adopt from these successful people, is to be able to have a long-term gratification, whether it is for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever long-term plan that you have. Stick to that, and not just look for, do and thing for a day or a month, and then we give up and then we look for the next shiny object, right? Then nothing will work. Then even if the greatest plan on earth falls into your lap, or greatest opportunity falls into your lap, you won't be able to hold on to that, because everything takes time. Everything takes a little bit of a time to flower. So that is the next key, right? Last key that I want to talk about is basically make the new you as part of your lifestyle. If you are trying to manifest a fit athletic body, try to make that as part of your lifestyle. So you are not doing it to get that body, but you're doing it because it's part of who you are, right? You're not eating those healthy food because you have to eat that, but you're eating it because it's a part of who you are. So basically you're doing that to be able to make it as a part of your own regime, part of your own being. So similarly, I did the same practice with myself, right? When I started to make videos, I started to tell myself that, I have to make another video, I have to do something, so that the mind will not stay with it for very long. So we need to be able to make it a part of you. So I said to myself that, Sajni 2.0 is basically video making is part of who I am, right? Providing value to my community is who I am. So that started now is being part. The more I do it, the more natural it's becoming, right? So it's that habit. So make it as part of a lifestyle. So if you want to be able to read you start reading more, because reading is something that, if you watch Netflix, you probably watch it and then you forget it the next day. After a day or two, it's not even going to help you, right? It's just a dopamine rush that you get for a little while. But if you read a book, probably it'll help you elevate your knowledge in the field that you probably are, or in the niche that you are, or in any field that you are in, something that you're interested in. It'll help you gain your knowledge. So making reading part of your lifestyle. So making, wherever you go, maybe, outing or somewhere, also in the park or wherever you're going, carry a book with you, carry it wherever you go, so that you have access to it while traveling, maybe, or wherever. So make it a part of who you are, and that makes it the being state, right? So that is the most effective way to make it part of your lifestyle, rather than going to the gym or trying to push yourself to do something for about a week or month or 2 months and then falling back, right? So make it part of who you are. So those are some of the things that has helped me personally. So I sincerely hope this was helpful for you. So if you're new to the channel, do not forget to hit like, comment something, and subscribe and hit the little bell icon, right? I thank you so much for watching sincerely, and peace and namaste.